most respected dignitaries, guests and invitees, ladies and gentlemen who are gathered here. Namaste, Vanakkam, and bonjour to one and all. We request you all to kindly raise for the national anthem. Thank you, and please be seated. We are indeed deeply honored to receive our Honorable Chancellor, our Chief Rector, Honorable Chief Minister, and other distinguished dignitaries amongst us today, following the conferment of the prestigious A+ grade accreditation, a significant recognition of our institutional excellence and commitment. Now, as a token of our respect and gratitude, we humbly request our Vice-chancellor, Professor Prakash Babu, to kindly honor our guests. To start with, may I request you, sir, to kindly honor the Honorable Vice President of India and also our Chancellor, Pondicherry University, Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar ji, with a memento and a shawl. Now may I humbly request our Vice-chancellor to honor the Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Shri K. Kailashanathan, with a shawl. Respected sir, may I now request you to honor our Honorable Chief Minister of Puducherry, Shri N. Rangasamy, with a shawl. Vice-chancellor sir, I request you to felicitate the Honorable Speaker of Puducherry Legislative Assembly, Shri Embalam R. Selvam, with a shawl. In continuation, may I now request you, sir, to graciously welcome the Honorable Home Minister, Government of Puducherry, Shri A. Namachivayam, with a shawl. So may I now request you to honor our Honorable Chief Secretary, Government of Puducherry, Shri Dr. Sharad Chauhan, with a shawl. Thank you, sir. So may I now very humbly request Professor Prakash Babu, our Vice-chancellor, Pondicherry University, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ವಣಕ್ಕಂ. Good morning and namaskar. Honorable Vice President of India and Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Sri Jagdeep Dhankhar ji, Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry and Chief Rector of Pondicherry University, Dr. K. Kailashanathan ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Puducherry, Sri N. Rangaswamy ji, Honorable Speaker of the Puducherry Legislative Assembly, Sri Embalam R. Selvam ji, Honorable Home Minister of Puducherry, Sri A. Namasivayam ji, Honorable Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, Sri S. Selvaganababji, and Honorable Member of Parliament Lok Sabha Sri V. Vaithalingam Sri Dr. Sharath Chauhan, IAS, Honorable Chief Secretary, Government of Puducherry, Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly, Kalapet Constituency, Sri P.M.L. Kalyan Sundaramji, Director of Studies, my colleagues, Professor Tarnikarsu, another Director, Professor Clements, Registrar, Professor Rajnish Bhutani, Finance Officer, Controller of Examinations, Librarian, distinguished officers of accompanying the Honorable Vice President of India, officials from the Government of Puducherry, members of the Executive Council, Academic Council, and other statutory bodies of the university, esteemed faculty members, research scholars, non-teaching staff, students, ladies and gentlemen. It is with immense honor and deep pride that I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to the Honorable Vice President of India, Sri Jagdeep Dhankhar for this momentous session with vibrant academic and community with the Pondicherry University. Welcome, sir. Sir, we truly privileged and profoundly grateful for your gracious presence. Your decision to engage directly with our students, faculty and staff is both inspiring and deeply affirming. It reflects the national importance of higher education in realizing the vision of Viksit Bharat. Established in 1985, the Pondicherry University has grown into one of the premier central universities of the country. We were recently accredited with the A+ grade by NAC, a significant milestone that reaffirms our pursuit of academic excellence. The university currently comprises of 15 schools, 41 departments and 10 centers, offering 144 postgraduate and research programs, sir. We have an enrollment of 9,403 students as on date, and admissions are now open for the academic year 2025 to 26. The university is offering 4-year NEP honors program. In fact, we are proud to be among the early adopters of the National Education Policy 2020 in the country. Currently, we offer 36 NEP-aligned programs in the university departments. 47 NEP-based programs in colleges affiliated to the Pondicherry University. These caters to the over 23,500 students in the Union Territory of the Puducherry. In a significant community-focused initiative, we are expanding our pioneering community college model to the regions of Karaikal, Mahe, Yanam, and Sri Vijayapuram, aimed at delivering the skill-based and vocational education to the rural and underprivileged sections of the society of this region. Sir, I would like to impress that we are also planning to establish a community college in Lakshadweep. It also comes under the Pondicherry University purview, and I request your higher office to convince to help us to secure a land at the Lakshadweep. To enhance our academic expansion and elevate our research infrastructure, major investments have been made. Sir, our students are bright, committed, and future ready. Your visit today has invoked a powerful sense of encouragement to their aspirations. They are deeply honored and are looking forward to your words, guidance, and inspiration. We are planning for the convocation of the 4 batches of the students this year. In this connection, being a Chancellor, I request you, sir, for a date of your convenience. Sir, I once again extend our deepest gratitude to you for honoring us with your gracious presence and for sparing your valuable time with our academic community. I also take this opportunity to extend warm welcome to Dr. K. Kailashanathan ji, Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry and Chief Rector of the Pondicherry University, who has always been source of support, inspiration, and strength to us. I am also happy to welcome Sri N. Rangaswamy ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Puducherry, and a constant valuation of the Pondicherry University. I heartily welcome Sri A. Namasivayam ji, Honorable Home Minister of Puducherry, the Honorable Speaker of Puducherry Legislative Assembly, Sri Embanam Selvam ji, Honorable Rajya Sabha Member Sri S. Selva Gadapati ji, Honorable Lok Sabha Member Sri V. Vaithalingam ji, and Sri P.M.L. Kailash Sundaram ji, the Honorable Member of the Legislative Assembly, Kalapet. We are happy and grateful that you have all graced this occasion gathering with your dignified presence. I also extend warm welcome to all the dignitaries, officials, members of the press, faculty, officers, staff, and students, and all the participants joining us and also online. We are truly grateful for your presence. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind.
Thank you for that warm welcome, sir. தொலைநோக்கு பார்வை கொண்ட தலைவரும் மதிப்புமிக்க புதுச்சேரி முதலமைச்சருமான திரு என் ரங்கசாமி அவர்களை ஒரு சில வார்த்தைகள் பேசி இந்த நிகழ்வை சிறப்பிக்குமாறு பணிவுடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். May I humbly request our visionary leader and esteemed Chief Minister of Pondicherry, Honorable Shri N. Rangasamy, to grace the occasion with his words of inspiration.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். நமது புதுவை பல்கலைக்கழகத்துக்கு வருகின்ற உங்களிடையே உரையாற்ற வந்திருக்கின்ற கலந்துரையாடல் என்ற நிலையில் இங்கே வந்திருக்கின்ற நமது மதிப்பிற்கும் மரியாதைக்குரிய மாண்புமிகு குடியரசு துணைத் தலைவர் அவர்களே, எனது அன்புக்குரிய மேதகு துணைநிலை ஆளுநர் அவர்களே, எனது அன்பிற்குரிய மாண்புமிகு சட்டப்பேரவைத் தலைவர் அவர்களே, எனது அன்பிற்கும் பாசத்துக்குரிய மாண்புமிகு உள்துறை அமைச்சர் அவர்களே, மரியாதைக்குரிய தலைமைச் செயலர் அவர்களே, பல்கலைக்கழகத்தினுடைய துணைத் தலைவர், அன்பிற்குரிய துணைத் தலைவர் அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியில் கலந்து கொண்டு சிறப்பித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கின்ற நமது மாநிலங்களவை உறுப்பினர் அவர்களே மற்றும் மக்களவை உறுப்பினர் அவர்களே, மரியாதைக்குரிய நம்முடைய தொகுதியின் சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர் அவர்களே, மாண்புமிகு ஆதி திராவிடர் நல துறையினுடைய அமைச்சர் அவர்களே, அன்புக்குரிய பேராசிரியர் பெருமக்களே, அன்பான மாணவ செல்வங்களே, எனது இனிய நண்பர்களே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய நன்றி கலந்த வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். ஒரு சிறந்த பல்கலைக்கழகம் நம்முடைய புதுச்சேரி பல்கலைக்கழகம், எல்லோரும் பாராட்டப்படுகின்ற ஒரு பல்கலைக்கழகம். இங்கே விரும்பி படிக்க வருகின்ற மாணவர்களுடைய எண்ணிக்கை ஓராண்டும் அதிகரித்து வருவதை நாம் காணலாம். சில பாடப்பிரிவுகள் ஆரம்பிக்கப்பட்ட இந்த பல்கலைக்கழகம் இப்பொழுது பல பிரிவுகளில் சிறந்து விளங்குகின்ற பாடங்களை கொண்டு மாணவர்களுக்கு தொடர்ந்து ஒரு நல்ல கல்வியை கொடுத்து வருவது என்பது உங்களுடைய பாராட்டுக்குரிய ஒன்று. பொதுவாக புதுச்சேரி பல்கலைக்கழகம் சொல்லும்பொழுது புதுச்சேரி மாணவர்கள் எதிர்பார்ப்பது நமக்கு அதிகமான இடங்கள் கிடைக்க வேண்டும். நம்முடைய பல்கலைக்கழகம் இங்கே நமக்கு இடங்கள் எல்லா படிப்பிலும் கிடைக்க வேண்டும், எல்லா பட்டப்படிப்பிலும் கிடைக்க வேண்டும் என்று எண்ணுவது வழக்கம். ஆனால் ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட சில பட்டப்படிப்புகள் மட்டும் இங்கே ஒரு சில சதவீதங்கள் இடங்கள் வழங்கப்பட்டு வருகின்றன. இப்போ நாங்கள் எல்லாம் கேட்பது 25 விழுக்காடு இடங்கள் நம்முடைய புதுச்சேரி சார்ந்த மாணவர்களுக்கு கிடைக்க வேண்டும். அந்த மரியாதைக்கு நம்ம அவங்களுக்கு குடியரசு இந்திய குடியரசு துணைத் தலைவரிடம் கேட்டிருக்கின்றோம், வலியுறுத்தி இருக்கின்றோம். இது எங்களுடைய எதிர்பார்ப்பு, மாணவருடைய புதுச்சேரி சார்ந்த மாணவருடைய எதிர்பார்ப்பு. நல்ல கல்வி கிடைக்கிற ஒரு பல்கலைக்கழகம் நம்முடைய பல்கலைக்கழகம். பொதுவாக கல்வி அப்படின்னு சொல்லும் பொழுது ஒரு நல்ல கல்வி, தரமான கல்வி மாணவர்களுக்கு கிடைக்க வேண்டும் என்று எதிர்பார்ப்பது வழக்கம், பெற்றோருடைய எண்ணம். அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு நல்ல கல்வி, தரமான கல்வி இருந்தால்தான் நாம் படிக்கின்ற ஒரு படிப்புக்கு அந்த கல்விக்கு முழு அளவில் மரியாதை உண்டு என்பது என்னுடைய எண்ணம். நாம் இப்பொழுது பார்க்கும் பொழுது நம்முடைய தொழில்நுட்ப வளர்ச்சி, கல்வியினுடைய வளர்ச்சி, இந்த கல்வி மூலமாக எப்படிப்பட்ட வளம் நம்முடைய புதுச்சேரி மற்றும் நம் நாட்டில் கிடைக்கின்றது என்பதை நாம் எண்ணி பார்க்க வேண்டும். எல்லா நிலையிலும் உயர்ந்து விளங்குகிற ஒரு நாடாக நாம் இப்பொழுது வந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். உலக புல நிலையில் நாம் 4வது நாடாக இப்பொழுது வருகின்ற நிலையில் நம்முடைய மாண்புமிகு பாரத பிரதமர் திரு நரேந்திர மோடி அவர்கள் நம்முடைய நாட்டை தலை நிமிர செய்திருக்கிறார் என்று சொல்லலாம். உலகில் உள்ள ஒவ்வொருவரும் ஒவ்வொரு தலைவரும் எண்ணி பார்க்கக்கூடிய நிலையில், நம்முடைய நாட்டை எண்ணி பார்க்கக்கூடிய நிலையில் அவர் இப்பொழுது நம்முடைய நாட்டை உயர்ந்த அளவில் கொண்டு வந்திருக்கின்றார். அதுக்கு மிக முக்கியமான காரணம் நம்முடைய அரசானது, மத்திய அரசானது கல்விக்கு கொடுக்கின்ற ஒரு முக்கியத்துவம், தொழில்நுட்ப வளர்ச்சிக்கு கொடுக்கின்ற ஒரு முக்கியத்துவம். தொழில்நுட்பத்தில் நாம் தன்னிறைவு அடைய வேண்டும் என்ற எண்ணம் நம்முடைய மத்திய அரசுக்கு இருப்பதை நாம் ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் அவர் கூறுவதை கேட்டு அறிய முடிகின்றது. நம்முடைய நாட்டிற்கு தேவையான பொருட்களை நாமே தயார் செய்து கொள்ள வேண்டும் என்ற ஒரு எண்ணம், ஒரு முக்கிய நோக்கம் என்பது இந்த உலகில் பல நாடுகளுக்கு நம்முடைய பொருட்களை, நம்மால் உற்பத்தி செய்யப்பட்ட பொருட்களை நாம் ஏற்றுமதி செய்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம் என்பதை எல்லோராலும் ஒத்துக்கொள்ளக்கூடிய ஒன்றாக இருப்பதை நாம் பார்க்கின்றோம். அந்த அளவுக்கு நம்முடைய நாட்டினுடைய வளர்ச்சி, அதற்கு அடிப்படை நல்ல கல்வி. அதுக்காக நம்முடைய கல்வி எல்லோருக்கும் கிடைக்க வேண்டும் என்ற நிலையில் எல்லா இளநிலை கல்லூரிகளையும் கொண்டு வர வேண்டும். பெருந்தர் காமராஜர் அவருடைய எண்ணமே எல்லோருக்கும் கல்வி கிடைக்க வேண்டும் என்பது. ஏழை எளிய குடும்பத்தை சார்ந்த பிள்ளைகளுக்கு கல்வி கிடைக்க வேண்டும் என்ற ஒரு முக்கிய எண்ணம். ஏனென்றால் கல்வி கிடைத்தால் நம்முடைய வளர்ச்சி என்பது விரைவாக இருக்க முடியும், சமுதாய வளர்ச்சி என்பது சிறப்பாக இருக்க முடியும். அதற்கு கல்வி என்பது எல்லோருக்கும் கிடைக்க வேண்டும் என்பது மிக முக்கியமான ஒன்றாகும். அப்படிப்பட்ட நிலையில் அடிப்படை கல்வி, பள்ளி கல்வி மட்டுமல்லாது கல்லூரியில் கிடைக்கின்ற கல்வியும் உயர்கல்வியும் எல்லா குடும்பமும் சார்ந்த பிள்ளைகள் கிடைக்க வேண்டும் என்று எண்ணி நாடு முழுவதும் எல்லா மாவட்டங்களிலும் கல்லூரிகள் இருக்க வேண்டும். பள்ளிகள் மட்டுமல்ல, கல்லூரிகள் இருக்க வேண்டும். குறிப்பாக மருத்துவக் கல்லூரி இருக்க வேண்டும், பொறியியல் கல்லூரிகள் இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று எண்ணி நம்முடைய பாரத பிரதமர் அறிவித்த அறிவிப்புகள் இன்று நடைமுறைப்படுத்தப்பட்டு வருகின்றது. அதனால் பல மருத்துவர்கள் உருவாகி கொண்டு வருகின்றார்கள். நம் நாட்டின் விஞ்ஞானிகள் வளர வேண்டும், விஞ்ஞானத்தில் நாம் வளர்ச்சி அடைய வேண்டும், இளம் விஞ்ஞானிகள் வளர வேண்டும் என்ற எண்ணம் நம்முடைய மத்திய அரசிடமிருந்து அதற்கான ஊக்கத்தை அளிப்பதை நாம் ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் பார்த்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். அப்படி எல்லா நிலையிலும் கல்வி நம்முடைய பிள்ளைகள் கிடைக்க வேண்டும் என்ற எண்ணத்தோடு மத்திய அரசானது அதிக நிதியை ஒதுக்கி எல்லோருக்கும் என்ற கல்வி நிலையை உருவாக்கி கொடுத்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. அந்த கல்வியுடைய வளர்ச்சியில் நம்முடைய புதுச்சேரி பல்கலைக்கழகம் ஒரு பங்காக இருப்பதை நாம் பார்க்கணும். ஒரு சிறந்த கல்வியை கொடுக்கின்ற ஒரு பல்கலைக்கழகமாக இருந்து கொண்டிருப்பதை பார்க்கின்றோம். இங்கே படிக்கின்ற மாணவர்கள் சிறந்த மாணவர்களாக வர வேண்டும், எல்லோரும் பாராட்டப்படுகின்ற மாணவர்களாக வர வேண்டும் என்பதுதான் நம் அனைவருடைய எண்ணமாகும். அப்படிப்பட்ட நிலையில் இருந்து கொண்டு வருகின்ற நம்முடைய புதுச்சேரி பல்கலைக்கழகமானது மேலும் வளர்ச்சி அடைய வேண்டும், அதற்கு நம்முடைய மத்திய அரசு உறுதுணையாக இருக்கும் என்பதை இங்கே கூறிக்கொண்டு இங்கே நம்முடைய உரையாற்ற வந்திருக்கின்ற நமது மாண்புமிகு குடியரசு துணைத் தலைவர்களுடைய மனமார்ந்த நன்றியை கூறி வாழ்த்து விடைபெறுகின்றேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
தேங்க்யூ சார். மாண்புமிகு ஐயா, தங்களுடைய வழிகாட்டுதல் எங்களுக்கு எப்பொழுதுமே ஒரு சிறந்த தூண்டுகோலாக இருந்து வந்திருக்கிறது. அதற்கு எங்களது கனிவான நன்றிகள். Now, with utmost respect, may I humbly request our charismatic and esteemed Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry and also the Chief Rector of Pondicherry University, Sri K. Kailashanathan, to grace the event with his words of wisdom and insight.
Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar ji, respected Chief Minister Shri Rangasamy, Speaker Thiru Selvam, Education Minister Thiru Namachivayam, Minister for Adi Dravid Department, Honorable Member of the Rajya Sabha Shri Selva Ganapati, Member of the Lok Sabha Shri Vaidyanathan, distinguished faculty members, dear students, Vanakkam. It is really an honor for me to be here, especially the distinguished presence of the Honorable Vice President of India, a constitutional luminary, a champion of democratic values, and steadfast supporter of education and youth empowerment. At outset, as the Chief Rector of this university, I congratulate the Vice-chancellor, the faculty, and the students of Pondicherry for making a great stride to achieve the first ever time A+ grade in the recent NAAC reaccreditation. This is a testimony of the university's commitment to quality, excellence, and continuous improvement. I express my deep admiration for Pondicherry University, an institution that has consistently upheld the ideals of academic excellence and innovation. This institution has grown over the years, not only in infrastructure, but in intellectual and social contributions as well. It is evolved as a hub of interdisciplinary studies and national integration, attracting students from across the country, even abroad. All foundation days of our various states of India are being celebrated at Rajnivas. We host it. And I must, with all humility, I must admit here that there has been an active participation from the student community from Pondicherry University. And I was so happy to look and see the kind of pride you take in representing the tradition and culture of your respective regions in these functions. That is true national integration. It is a symbol of India's unity and in diversity and a role model in the higher education landscape. India is a superpower because of its strength of youth comprising 65% of country's population. Today, the world is looking forward. India is a leader in ideas, technology, peace, and progress. This global aspiration can only be realized if the youth are empowered and enlightened. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi rightly said, Yuva Shakti is the driving force behind Vikasit Bharat. Today's youth are not just job seekers, they're job creators, change makers, and nation builders. Education is not just degrees. It is about empowerment, critical thinking, and social responsibility. I hope Pondicherry University takes a lead in promoting skill-based education to meet the demands of the 21st century economy. And envisioned in the national education policy, we must integrate ancient wisdom and modern knowledge, blend technology with tradition, and make learning a holistic. I'd really like to share my student days here in this context of national education policy. I had occasion to study my schooling, did my schooling in Chennai in a school called Western Theosophical High School. It is a unique school at that time. I'm talking about 1960s. The motto was to combine Indian tradition with the Western education. Indian tradition with education, that was the concept of this thing. I remember we used to have, our uniform was white pajama and kurta, compared to suits and ties which other top residential schools of India used to wear. Our classrooms were thatched cottages. We used to sit cross-legged on the floor with a small desk in front of us. Same way the hostels were all thatched houses. And our morning assembly used to be under the trees in the open ground. So it was a totally different this thing, vegetarian food, prayers, but it combined the highest quality of education. At that time, perhaps many of us who were the students there did not understand the importance of that. We had a kind of an inferiority complex compared to other students of other top resident schools of India. But today, when I look back, after 50, 60 years back, I feel proud that I came from an institute like that. And I'm happy to see the national education policy today reflects the same kind of thinking to be inculcated in our students. We are living in an era of digital India. I call upon the students of Pondicherry University to be at the forefront of this revolution. the Government of India has launched various schemes like Startup India, Digital India, and Skill India. Please make full use of these platforms. The world of the future will belong to those who think differently. Dear students, you are the torchbearers of India's future. Today's event is graced by the presence of our Honorable Vice President of India, who himself is the embodiment of constitutional integrity, legal excellence, and public service. His journey from a humble background to occupying the second highest constitutional post of the country is a source of immense inspiration to all of you present here. Sir, your presence today is sure to ignite the minds. You are not only guiding the nation in upholding the democratic values, but also strengthening the voice of the youth. As Lieutenant Governor of this Union Territory, I must say that Puducherry is not a symbol of harmony, heritage, and hospitality. It is also emerging as a vibrant center of education, innovation, and governance, with premier institutes like Pondicherry University, JIPMER, and NIT. Dear friends, India is rising towards Vikasit Bharat at 2047. By the time we celebrate our 100th year of independence in year 2047, we must become a developed, inclusive, innovative, and self-reliant nation. I conclude with the words of Swami Vivekananda: arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is achieved. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you for those inspiring words, sir. Before we proceed, on behalf of Vice-Chancellor and the university members, we would like to make a mention here. A Honorable Minister of Adi Dravida Welfare has also joined us. Thank you, and please accept our welcome and gratitude, sir. Now, very respectfully, I request our most esteemed chief guest, Honorable Vice President of India and also our Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar ji, to kindly address the gathering.
Well, when I sit in Rajya Sabha as chairman, on my right side is the government, on my left side is the opposition. Am I right, Honorable Speaker? But the rostrum is so situated, unlike Rajya Sabha, it is tilting towards the opposition. So if I look more on the right, the opposition should take very kindly to me. I would try to be equitable. Shri K. Kailash Nathan, Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Pondicherry, a man who works differently to achieve and accomplish the difference we need. This man will make his impact felt at this place also, as also in entire Puducherry. A bureaucrat of deep commitment. Give him the mission, he knows how to execute smoothly but effectively, with expedition and seamlessly. I am therefore greatly encouraged by the words he has spoken today. And the crux of that is, the world is changing for us too fast. A challenge which you can make and convert into opportunities. Honorable Chief Minister of Puducherry, Shri N. Rangasamiji. Sir, your dress is your trademark. And you can be a speech therapist. Your voice speaks of your huge experience. We must always get endorsement from the Honorable Speaker. Am I right? Shri Embalam Selvam. Oh, I was referring to him only. A name too familiar with me. I have received him at Uprashtrapati Niwas on multiple occasions. His smile is his trademark. Shri A. Namsivaram Vaim, Honorable Home Minister, Government of Pondicherry. Whenever we remember Home Minister, our mind immediately goes in historical perspective. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He brought about unification of princely states, merger into the Indian nation Bharat. We also remember another great person from Gujarat, Shri Amit Shah. He brought about epochal change by successfully getting rid of Article 370 that had draconian Article 35 capital A. Therefore, the presence of Home Minister, and you can idolize and emulate your worthy people around and in history also. Shri P. Prakash Babu was thoughtfully given a good name. Shakespeare said long back, I think 450 years back or 500 years back, what's there in a name? A rose will smell as sweet by another name. He didn't know India. We are a country where not only name, even surname matters, and matters rather effectively. But Professor P. Prakash has Prakash, light, as part of his name. Boys and girls, there is another very special personal reason why I look at with him with great admiration and hope. I am the Vice President, he is the Vice-chancellor. The word vice. Rarely in history, the word vice has been looked with such positivity and energy. Professor K. Tharnai Karsu, Director of Studies of this university, Professor, and he too has a difficult name, but that is from English language lexicon. Clement Sagayaraj Lourdes, Director of Culture and Cultural Relations. I must recognize presence of distinguished people in the audience. Shri Selva Ganpati, Member Parliament, Council of States, the House of Elders, the Upper House, popularly known as Rajya Sabha. Shri V. Vathilingam, Member Parliament, Lok Sabha, and a former Chief Minister of this state. Am I right? Shri Sai Sarvan Kumar, Honorable Minister, Pondicherry. I had the occasion to discuss with him briefly yesterday over banquet. He is a very interesting man. Am I right? He agrees. Shri Kalyan Sundaram, MLA, Karapet. Another distinguished person. I must pay my deepest regard to the members of the faculty, because You are his spinal strength. You are that fulcrum that determines which way we are heading. You take care of headwinds, air pockets, difficult terrain to shape the future of Bharat and to give this university a great name. Distinguished audience, and of course, I am for whom? You boys and girls, I am for you. Normally, to be committed, one must not wear two hats. I don't know, but my position, three hats. Vice President of India, that does not carry any vices. Chairman, Council of States, and Chancellor of this very prestigious university, of which you will blossom as great citizens of Bharat and take us to the destination with respect to which the Honorable Lieutenant Governor has indicated a while ago, Viksit Bharat. Vanakkam, Namaskaram, and if there is anyone from the state of West Bengal, I had a memorable period as the state of West Bengal governor for 3 years. Namaskar. As Chancellor of this university, I feel a deep sense of pride and satisfaction. On my first visit, I've been there earlier, but this is the first visit after the university got conferment of the prestigious A+ grade accreditation. A+ accreditation, a significant recognition for our institutional excellence and commitment. Congratulations, Vice-Chancellor. The entire faculty, boys and girls who are students and alumni of this great institution. I have no doubt this is just a stepping stone for future laurels. We will create an ecosystem to be accommodated for a variety of reasons, and this institute will emerge as crucible of ideation and innovation. It is always a privilege and honor to be in Pondicherry, the land where Sri Aurobindo meditated and is a global center on that count, where French architecture meets Indian ethos, where intellectual curiosity, inquisitiveness blends with spiritual depth. The place is indeed unique, has an identity at a global level, recognizable in any part of the planet. And at this place, boys and girls, you are lucky to be getting high quality, higher education. My best wishes to all of you. My young friends, while we have taken note with great sense of positive feeling about A+ grade accreditation, India's educational geography and history have been dotted with great centers of learning. Takshila, Nalanda, Mithila, Vallabhi, Vikramshila, and many more. These institutions defined during that period of history our Bharat to the entire world. Scholars thronged from all over to share their ideas and learn about our wisdom. But something went wrong. Nalanda's 9-story library, and look at those times, 1300 years ago, 9-story library. Dharamganj, it used to be called. That was the house. Manuscripts that advanced then, mathematics, astronomy, and philosophy. In 2 waves of invasion, first the Islamic invasion and then the British colonialism, India suffered blow to its knowledge heritage. Bakhtiyar Khilji, around 1190, demonstrated cruelty, barbarity, acted totally against a sense of civilization and humanity. And then the books alone did not burn. He slit the throat of monks, smashed stupas, and raised the soul of India in his assessment. Not realizing soul of Bharat is indestructible. The fire of years, it swallowed 9 million, 90 lakh books, texts. Our history turned it to cinders. Nalanda was much beyond a school of thought. It was a living, vibrant temple of knowledge for the benefit of entire humanity. 9 stories of libraries towered over the plains filled with palm leaf manuscripts. Look at those days, how hard they must have worked. With what commitment and diligence. For 3 months, flames ate through them, smoke so thick, which we see recently on account of global conflagrations. A funeral pyre, according to those engaging in barbarity of our ancient wisdom. But remember, last 10 years have been defining. We are getting back into the groove with greater impact, with greater determination from those ashes. And what we have seen thereafter for about 9 to 10 centuries, Sanatan pride is rebuilding. What was lost is being rebuilt with stronger determination. In this context, therefore, boys and girls, as we march towards Viksit Bharat at 2047, it is attainable because we are being driven by a knowledge economy, and therefore our goal and mission should be creating institutes of excellence, rivaling the best globally. I do hope, and I am full of optimism, this institution will be one such institution. Thanks to your participation. It was rightly indicated, and I can say for myself, and without a fear of contradiction, for Sri K. Kailasnathan, we are a product only and only and only of education. There is no greater equalizer than education. Education brings about equality, decimates iniquitous ecosystem. I therefore appeal from this podium appeal to corporates, industry and business to invest in India's educational ecosystem. There was a time when education and health were means by those who had enough resources to give back to the society. They never thought these to be profit-making ventures. Their ventures in health and education were dictated by our age-old philosophy. We must return to the society to exemplify its worthy citizens. And therefore the endeavor should be, we should not be driven by commodification and commercialization of education. Our education must align with India's traditional Gurukul system that finds place in one amongst 22 miniatures in the Indian Constitution, and precedence is given to it. We must emphasize boys and girls, apart from getting knowledge, character development, because only then knowledge acquisition will get quality cutting edge. Education as service stands at odds, in conflict with the current commercial model that is fast emerging. And therefore I appeal a mindset change with the corporates. India has been home to philanthropy. I appeal to those who are corporate leaders. Pool your CSR resources to create, by converging institutes of global eminence as greenfield projects, much away from the concept of balance sheets. If you look around the world, the developed democracy of the world, you will find endowment fund of universities runs into billions of US dollars. One university, the fund is more than 50 billion US dollars. Honorable Vice-chancellor, make a beginning. Let every alumni of this institute contribute to this fund. Boys and girls, the amount does not matter. The spirit matters. You will find how impactful it will be over the years. Not only the fund will go up, it will generate a list amongst alumni class and with the alma mater. This will be a big step. Remember, the step taken is great, and that is why on July 20, 1969, when Neil Armstrong, the first man to ever step on moon, he said, a small step by him, a giant leap for humanity. So for alumni, it will be a small step, but cumulatively, the results will be geometric. To my young friends, we have lived through your days. I come from a village. I know the change that has taken place in Bharat. I had good fortune to be member parliament, Lok Sabha, in '89 and a minister. I knew the situation then and I know the situation now. Then the situation was our Bharat, known as Sone ki Chidiya, but our foreign exchange was around $1 billion US. Our gold had to be shipped by air, placed to 2 banks in Switzerland to save our credibility. And look at now, fruits of a decade of development envied by the world. Our foreign exchange is around 700 billion US dollars. 700 billion, 7 times. That was the time when I, as a minister, went to the state of Jammu and Kashmir in Srinagar. And there was no occasion for us to see, except few dozen people on the road. And now, 20 million tourists every year recently have gone there. Just imagine that at that point of time, the atmosphere was one of hopelessness. Now, for you, an air of optimism surrounds all around. It is all pervasive. And that is why I say, boys and girls, our Bharat is no longer a nation with potential. It is a nation on the rise. The rise is incremental, continual, envied by the world and accredited by International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. Viksit Bharat is not a dream. It is our certain destination as indicated by the Honorable Lieutenant Governor when we attain centenary of our independence. It has all the possibility of being realized before, because in this journey towards Viksit Bharat, boys and girls, you are the most vital stakeholders. You will have to drive the engine of growth, fire it on all cylinders. I have no doubt you will do it. Our demographic dividend, with median age of 28 years, and boys and girls, I can say our DNA is very strong when it comes to intellect. There was a time when we were students and young, we couldn't see an Indian mind at a global corporate, even at a lower level. Now there is no global corporate in the world where an Indian genius, a man or a woman, is not at the top. That is the promise for you. You no longer have to be belonging to privileged pedigree, because the country has realized on ground right of equality. There was a time when people thought we are above law. Law cannot touch us. We have immunity from law. We are beyond the reach of law. Now they have known to their shock. They are equal before law. And equality before law is a democratic assurance and assurance of dignity of the individual also. So the field is wide open for you, and I'm sure you will make most of it. The affirmative governance by the government, hand-holding policies allow you to start your ventures. As was hinted by the Honorable Lieutenant Governor, startups. India takes great pride in being a global leader in unicorns. I can tell you, boys and girls, people of your age or around that age, they started startups and corporate giants invested in them. Because you have a gift which is difficult for them at that age. And therefore, think very positively. It is high time, boys and girls, you come out of silos. Our silos define through coaching classes or otherwise how to get government jobs. In the process, we are ignoring something very significant. Enormous vistas of opportunities, basket for our young people when it comes to opportunities is ballooning every day. From blue economy to space economy, to innovation, to research, you only have to think about it. And I can tell you, silos restrict vision to limited opportunities. We need to be extremely careful about it. Your journey, once you leave this place, because I'm told convocations for several years are lined up, learning never stops. You have to be lifelong learner. You will not be walking out of the place with just degrees. You will be walking out of this place with something, a nectar that will last forever, as being citizens of this great country at this young age, and therefore always keep nation first. Have a larger purpose in your life, much beyond getting a job. That is essential. I don't run it down. Or giving jobs to others by starting an enterprise. But you must contribute by using your knowledge to India's growth story and humanity's betterment. I have reiterated on a number of occasions. It's my personal experience also. A failure is a myth. It is blown out of proportion. It puts us into despondent mechanism. No, it's a myth. I don't take failure even a setback. A failure is nothing but a step towards success. And therefore, because of fear of failure, you should never hesitate to experiment with the idea that comes to your mind. I appeal to all of you, boys and girls. An idea in your mind is meant for ideation and execution, not to be parked in your mind. I am before you today, I am product of education. I have faced great hardships in my life. Life was never easy, very, very difficult. Facing the ordinary challenges, even of scarcity. When I wanted to be a lawyer with good credentials, thankfully a bank gave me 6,000 rupees as loan. I remember that. And now you have a system where the Prime Minister got banking inclusion for 500 million people. And therefore, you have to go ahead. I don't assure there will be no hiccups. You will think somehow succeeded, which is not justified. You are not getting success. You will not be able to rationalize. Boys and girls, take it in routine. This is part of life. It will happen. The terrain is never going to be smooth. It will be uphill, sometimes challenging and difficult. But you must continue, pursue, undaunted. That will define your success. Friends, there is need for change of national mindset also. Let me first come to the political system. We have picked up the habit of not making a difference but differing one with one another. Any good idea coming from someone else and not from me is wrong. Because I believe in the supremacy of my own idea. In the process, I am sacrificing our Vedic philosophy of Anantavad. There has to be a Vivekti, there has to be Vad-Vivad. There has to be expression, there has to be dialogue. The two are complementary. We have to move ahead in that direction. We are too keen to raise the political temperature. Climate change is doing that for us. We all are concerned. Why should we melt the glaciers of our patience? Why should we act impatiently, getting away from our civilizational spiritual essence? I appeal to the political firmament, the leadership in politics. Please moderate the temperature of politics. There is no room for confrontation. There has to be dialogue. Disruption and disturbance are not the mechanism which framers of the Constitution in Constituent Assembly taught us. It is high time, when India is on the rise and the world is looking at us. There are bound to be challenges, because India at the moment is the most aspirational nation in the world as a result of phenomenal development of last decade. Those challenges to us will get complexed if our politicians do not measure up to the requirement of always listening to national interest and national development. How can we be divided on languages? No country in the world is as rich when it comes to languages as our Bharat. And just imagine Sanskrit, its importance globally. Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Odia, Marathi, Pali, Prakrit, Bengali, Assamese. I named these 11 because these are our classical languages. In Parliament, discourse is allowed by the members in 22 languages. Boys and girls, our languages indicate inclusivity. Sanatan teaches us nothing but to be in togetherness for the same sublime purpose. So what has flown out of inclusivity? What is responsible for inclusivity? Can it be a premise of divisiveness? I appeal to everyone to soul search, be reflective, rise to the occasion, marvel at our great accomplishments, look at our destination, take into account future of boys and girls, and let us get over this storm. National Education Policy 2020. Governors of the states were those whose opinions were sought. I was fortunate to be Governor of the State of West Bengal. A great place when it comes to education, excellence, culture, heritage. After more than 3 decades, we had this policy, National Education Policy. I appeal to everyone, twofold. One, implement the position reflected in the policy. It is not policy of any government. It is national education policy that is game changer and epochal development. My appeal to the states that have not so adopted it. And those that have adopted, I call upon universities, academic institutions to realize what is given in the policy. Let our boys and girls be fully aware the benefits of the policy. Please have workshops. Once they will come to know for the first time, they will realize our national education policy is the best in the world, because it allows you to distance from degrees. It allows you to fully exploit your talent and potential. It allows you when it gives premium to your attitude. It allows you multi-courses. It allows optimal utilization of time. because the world is changing too fast for us. We never thought there will be something as dramatic as industrial revolution. But disruptive technologies have shaken us. Artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, machine learning, blockchain and the kind. India has been quick to be amongst front-running nations in the world. We have launched quantum computing, green hydrogen mission, that has a huge potential for boys and girls. But we have to realize our artificial intelligence has entered our workspace, entered our home, entered our mind. We have to convert this challenge into opportunities, and I'm sure you will grab this. It has enormous potential for you. Well, I think there has been a slight suggestion like this, which means, Vice President, take care of the time. But I'm slightly going a little more, because I will never get audience of this kind, boys and girls. What matters to me is, when you are hearing me, when I will grow very old in 90s, do you know where you will be? You will be driving the engines of growth. So if you have lent your ears to me, I think it's a great achievement for me. But I have to conclude, and therefore I will call upon you that education is fine, getting good jobs, starting business, giving employment is fine. But what has our civilization told us, imparted to us? I'll share with you 5 principles and conclude. Smile, because I said I'm concluding. Am I right? Our philosophy of civilization tells us 5 things we must practice. And these have to be done by individuals. The first is social harmony. Samajik samrasta, that converts diversity into national unity. Love your family members, be in good connect with your neighbors, know about your society, be caring. Samajik samrasta. It will teach you tolerance, patience, giving back to society. Second, family and enlightenment. Kutum Prabodhan. The good values have to be taught to the toddler. You must learn those good values. They are in our scriptures. Those good values will take you a long way. They will give you strength of character and morality that is impregnable. Please care for environment. पर्यावरण संरक्षण बहुत जरूरी है. How can we bleed Mother Earth? We don't have another planet to cohabit. Let's do it. Let us believe in self-reliance. Mahatma Gandhi said Swadeshi. Our Prime Minister Modi has given it a practical version also, be vocal for local. If you look around, we are importing in billions of US dollars items that are made in this country. We are creating a huge void in our foreign exchange. We should have done it. You will be saving billions of dollars if you look at the clothes you wear. Just make sure they are made in India. Furniture, curtains, carpets, even toys, small electronic items. We are taking hands from work from the hands of our own people. Why? Entrepreneurs. So Swadeshi. And Swadeshi will take us to Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is fundamental. We have seen what Atmanirbharta means. If we did not have Atmanirbharta in defense, if we did not have our BrahMos and Akash, BrahMos to strike terror hideouters and Akash to blunt them in the sky, Where would have we been? We have to be Atmanirbhar. And last, civic duties. Nagrika Kartavya. How in a country like ours we can suffer public disorder, people doing vandalism on roads, public property being burnt, we not being disciplined on roads. These are, you must adopt, and I'm sure you will. On my last visit, I had said two things. You were not the Vice-chancellor then. I had invited boys and girls to be interns with Rajya Sabha. And then you were clapped also. But you have not visited me. Be my guest as interns at Rajya Sabha. I said in the first batch, 5 girls and 5 boys. And the batches can keep on coming, like the kind of drones and missiles we sent across the border to Pakistan to kill the terrorists. So do it. Take care of it. My office is in touch with you. Secondly, I said we will have, looking to the very special position this university has, an MOU with the Indian Council of World Affairs. We are having vacancy in the director's post. The moment that post is occupied by a worthy man, we will have the MOU formalized at the earliest. You will have the occasion to share your thoughts with those coming to this country in search of knowledge and share ideation with them. We'll have it. While I was extremely careful about everyone on the dais, the most important person comes to be missed on occasions. The smiling Dr. Sharat Chandra, 1994 batch, and your Chief Secretary. And those who are senior people, sometimes we forget the most important man at a marriage. And he is helping all through the marriage. He is very instrumental in shaping this university alongside the Lieutenant Governor. I have his fullest assurance. It has been a delight for me, an absolute delight to share my thoughts with young minds. And thank you for your patience. Thank you.
Inspiring words. Our heartfelt gratitude on an insightful address by you, sir. As we conclude this remarkable event, may I request you all to kindly raise up for the national anthem, expressing our love and devotion to the land we call our home. Jai Hind.